very own Betty Bubman. Couple things we gotta go over. Oh, darn it, I forgot my notes. Give me my clipboard. All right, item number 1, emergency exits. In the event of an emergency, please head towards the emergency exits located there, there, and there. Right there. Item number 2. This is a non-smoking facility. There's no nicotine or... It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I got other ways to get through this show. Item number 3. This is a dry campus event. There's no alcohol. You know what? We don't need this. It's fine. It's fine. I do have a couple of things to let you know. My name is Marie Aquanet. Stage manager to the stars. And you don't get to be the best in the business, baby, unless you run a shit. So you've got some ground rules to go over. First of all, this is theater. This is art. We will be classy, all right? There will be no raucous laughter or interruptions, no hooting and hollering. You will wait between pieces respectfully and provide polite applause. Item number 2. There will be no singing along. God help me if this is like when I saw Wicked in the theater. And item number 3. There will be no unauthorized media releases, no tic-tacking, no Facebook, no Instagram. So put your cell phones away, no cameras. Sam McManus, I am looking at you.
It's always Sam.
I know.
Every time.
Benny, Beady Booby, what are you doing on my stage?
It's not that kind of show.
It's not?
No. We want them to laugh.
You will laugh.
We want them to sing along.
You will sing along.
It's okay if they take pictures and videos. You just gotta tag me.
That's fair, but no unauthorized pictures of yours truly without my express written consent. Otherwise, you will be hearing from my lawyer. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, the Benny Bubman Orchestra.
Sorry, that was my puss. Anyways, here we are, back for the 2nd annual Crane-approved faculty drag show.
Crane-approved this?
Just go with it.
Anyways, like I was saying, the annual faculty drag show. Organized by...
the type A lesbian who keeps giving us these frickin' scripts.
She means Dr. Christine Horning, or as you'll know him tonight, the one and only Benny Bubman.
Correct. Tonight, we're gonna take you all the way down to New York City on a journey through LGBTQ history and activism.
So feel free to laugh, to cry, to clap, and to sing along. I know you know the words.
LGBTQ history is important to learn, and not just for the queer community.
But we don't really learn about any of this in school or in history books.
And it just winds up being up to us to learn it for ourselves. We don't learn about the activists, and even the stories surrounding the Stonewall riot aren't always true.
So how are we supposed to learn about this stuff?
We learn about it by making sure that we share our stories, our history, and our resources. We need to travel back to our past, back to the grassroots activists and organizations who fought not just for our rights, but to understand what it truly meant to be LGBTQ in America. Back to the beginning.
Is he saying we need to
Turn back time, damn it!
If I could find a way, I'd knows that Ralph was sick, a sickness that was not visible like smallpox, but no less dangerous and contagious, a sickness of the mind.
Homosexuality is an enigma. Even in this era of bold sexual mores, it remains a subject that people find disturbing, embarrassing, and the reluctance to discuss it. Yet there is a growing concern about homosexuals in society.
Homosexuality is, in fact, a mental illness.
But all homosexuals are not passive. Some resort to violence. Public restrooms can often be a hangout for the homosexual.
He was unable to hold a job because of his inability to contain his homosexual inclinations. He's been in jail 3 times for committing homosexual acts. If he is arrested once more, he faces the possibility of life.
The fact that somebody is homosexual, a true obligatory homosexual, automatically rules out the possibility that he will remain happy for long, in my opinion.
The decision is always yours, and your whole future may depend on making the right one. So no matter where you meet a stranger, be careful if they are too friendly, if they try to win your confidence too quickly, and if they become overly personal. One never knows when the homosexual is about.
Most Americans are repelled by the mere notion of homosexuality. The CBS News survey shows that 2 out of 3 Americans look upon homosexuals with disgust, discomfort, or fear. Homosexual acts are not considered a crime in most countries in Western Europe, and the British are currently revising their laws to legalize homosexual behavior between consenting adults in private. In the United States, Illinois is the only state where such acts are legal. Most homosexuals do not consider themselves ill, and they are able to live with their condition fairly comfortably.
Is there any public purpose served by a possible 60-year maximum or even 5-year minimum imprisonment of the occasional or one-time homosexual without treatment? Are homosexuals twice as dangerous to society as second-degree murderers? Is there any good reason why a person convicted of a single homosexual act with another adult may be imprisoned 6 times as long as an abortionist, twice as long as an armed bank robber, and 730 times as long as the public drunk?
The average homosexual, if there be such, is promiscuous. He is not interested in nor capable of a lasting relationship like that of a heterosexual marriage.
He may appear normal, and it may be too late when you discover he is mentally ill.
A vast majority believe that homosexuality is an illness. Only 10% say it is a crime. And yet, and here's the paradox, the majority of Americans favor legal punishment, even for homosexual acts performed in private between consenting adults. The Bible condemns homosexuality. Through the centuries, churchmen have called it unnatural, unmanly, ungodly.
I understand that we're being picketed by a group of homosexuals.
Crush the monster. Crush homosexuality.
The policy of the department is that we do not employ homosexuals knowingly, and that if we discover homosexuals in our department, we discharge them.
Let's face it, homosexuality is a problem, and these people are really advocating that we don't solve the problem. They're advocating that we tolerate the problem.
And I think these people are a fit subject for a mental health program. These people need help.
Now is the time to seize the day. Stare down the odds and seize the day. Minute by minute, that's how you win it. We will find a way. But let us seize the day.
Courage cannot replace our fear. Courage is when we face our fear.
I know you know this. Sing it loud. Now is the time to seize the day. Stare down the odds and seize the day. Once we've begun, if we stand as one, someday become somehow. And the prayer becomes a vow. And the strike starts right there now. Now is the time to seize the day. Now is the time to seize the day. Answer the call and don't delay. Answer the call and don't delay. Wrongs will be righted if we're united. Let us seize the day. Now we'll hear it loud and clear. Now we'll hear it loud and clear. Like it or not, we're drawing near. Like it or not, we're drawing near. Proud and defiant, we'll slay the giant. Judgment Day is here. Housed into our love. Look what's begun. One for all and all for one. Strike! 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 Oh! Now is the time to seize the day. They're gonna see there's hell to pay. Nothing can break us, no one can make us when before we're done. One for all and all, for one for all and all, for one for all and all, for one.
Now, we've come quite a long way.
I know. Homosexuality, drag, cross-dressing was all not only seen as a sign of mental illness.
Well, not too much. That still might be true for some of us.
Listen here, ratchet-ass bitch. But it was also still illegal and punishable by prison time.
Even into the 1970s and beyond, folks would get arrested for female impersonation.
Get your cuffs out, officer. We were seen as mentally ill, as criminals, as deviants.
All right, give me one good reason to drag you right down to the station house, you punks.
I dare you.
Dear kindly Sergeant Croppy, you gotta understand, it's just our bringing up here that gets us out of hand. Our mothers are all junkies, our fathers are all drunks. Golly Moses, naturally we're punks. Officer Croppy, we're daily upset. We never had the love that every child ought to get. We ain't no delinquents, we're misunderstood. Deep down inside us there is good. There is good, there is good, there is untapped good. Like inside, the worst of us is good.
That's a touching good story.
Let me tell it to the world.
Just tell it to the judge. Dear kindly judge, your honor, my parents treat me raw with all their marijuana. They won't give me a paw, they They didn't want to have me, but somehow I was had. Leaping lizards, that's why I'm so bad.
Oh, Mr. Cookie, you're really a square. This boy don't need a judge, he needs an analyst care. It's just his neurosis that ought to be curbed. He's psychologically disturbed.
I'm disturbed.
We're the most disturbed,
Like we're psychologically disturbed. In the opinion of this court, this child is deprived on the account that he ain't had a normal home.
Hey, I'm depraved on account I'm deprived.
So take him to the head shrinker.
My father is a bastard, my ma's an SOB, my grandpa's always plastered, my grandma pushes tea, my sister wears a mustache, my brother wears a dress. Goodness gracious, that's why I'm a mess.
Yes, Officer Cookie, you're really a slob. This boy don't need a doctor, just a good, honest job. Society's playing him a terrible trick, and sociologically he's sick.
I am sick.
We are sick, we are sick, we are sick, 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 like we're sociologically sick.
My opinion, this child would need to have his head shrunk at all. Juvenile delinquency is purely a social disease.
Hey, I got a social disease.
So take him to a social worker.
Dear kindly social worker, they say go earn a buck, like be a soda jerker, which means to be a schmuck. I da 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 da. Wow, baby, look at me go now.
Oh, Mr. Cookie, you've done it again. This boy don't need a job, he needs a ear in the pen. It ain't just a question of misunderstood. Deep down inside him, he's no good.
I'm no good. We're no good. We're no earthly good. Like the best of us is no damn good. Trouble is he's crazy. The trouble is he's drinks.
The trouble is he's lazy. The trouble is he stinks.
The trouble is he's growing. The trouble is he's grown.
Crumpy, we've got troubles of our own. Officer Crumpy, we're down on our knees. 'Cause no one wants a fellow with a social disease. To Officer Crumpy, what are we to do? Officer Crumpy, crop you! Puppet, gotta hate him. Gee, Officer Krupke, what are we to do?
I think this is my line, but I need a second.
It's really hard playing the clarinet. Serving so much face. So how are we all doing tonight?
Where the hell did you guys get? Oh,
I'm back.
He's back, never mind.
I'll ask you later.
Just like you never left.
Okay, so things weren't always easy, but there are still people holding out hope and imagining a better future for LGBTQ folks who just wanted to live their lives in peace. One of the early pioneers was a woman named Edith Ivey, also known by her pen name, Lisa Ben. She worked as a typist at a company, and her boss told her, if you don't have anything to do, just look busy, but you can't read and you're not allowed to knit. So she started typing the first ever lesbian publication. It was called Vice Versa. She would make 10 copies of it at work in her spare time, and then she would give out the 10 copies to other gay women that she knew. At the time, they were known as gay gals. And she would tell them, when you're done with it, don't throw it away, pass it along to another gay gal. Lisa Ben also was a musician. She wrote her own songs, often very lighthearted and satirical, and she would perform in gay clubs in California. And she was often quite bothered by, especially, I should preface this by saying Lisa Ben did all of this in the 1940s. So 27 years before Stonewall, she was bothered by straight people coming to the gay clubs and just kind of like gawking and getting laughs at the expense of people who were just kind of existing in their community. So she wrote a lot of very satirical songs, kind of poking fun at that, and trying to portray the community with a touch of humor, but in a positive light. She also wrote this song that I think is absolutely beautiful, very apropos right now. It's called Fairer Tomorrow, and I apologize in advance for my ukulele playing. For those of you who are last year's drag show and had to suffer through my ukulele playing, I apologize again. But I thought, I know we're doing a whole night of Broadway, but Lisa Ben wrote her own music, so I thought it was only fair to do one of her songs. So this is called Fairer Tomorrow. Scattered are we over land, over sea. How many we number will never be known. Each one must learn from the start. She must wear a mask on her heart. Live in a world set apart. A shy, separate world of her own. Oh, that worked that time. Here's to a fairer tomorrow, when we'll face the world with a smile. Love's only love. No, wrong part of the song. How does it go? That's a great question. Here's to the days, there we go, I found it. Here's to the days that we yearn for, to give of our hearts as we may. Love's only love when sincerely given, despite what the others may say. The world cannot dare to deny us. We've been here centuries past, and you can be sure that our ranks will endure as long as this whole world will last. So here's to a fairer tomorrow, when we'll face the world with a smile. The right one beside us to cherish and guide us. This is what makes life worthwhile.
Okay, well, now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Why are you staring at me? Go back to your corner.
Diddly-diddly-dee, beedly-diddly-dee. Beedly-dee-dee-dee. Beedly-dee-dee-dee.
Two ladies.
Beedly-dee-dee-dee.
And I'm the only man, yeah.
Beedly-dee-dee-dee.
I like it.
Beedly-dee-dee-dee.
They like it.
Beedly-dee-dee-dee.
This 2 for 1.
Two ladies, beedly-dee-dee-dee. Two ladies, beedly-dee-dee-dee. And he's the only man, yeah. Beedly-dee-dee-dee. We like it, beedly-dee-dee-dee. He likes it. It's 2 for 1. I do the cooking and I make the bed.
I go out daily to earn our daily bread, but we've one thing in common. He, she,
And me, the key, the key, the key.
This 2 for 1. Billy-dee-dee-dee, 2 ladies, billy-dee-dee-dee, 2 ladies, billy-dee-dee-dee, and he's the only man here. Billy-dee-dee-dee, he likes it, we like it. This 2 for 1.
We switch partners daily to play as we please.
Twosies beats onesies.
But nothing beats threes. I sleep in the middle. I'm left.
But I'm right.
But there's room on the bottom if you drop in some night.
Billy-dee-dee-dee, 2 ladies, billy-dee-dee-dee, 2 ladies, billy-dee-dee-dee, and he's the only man here. I like it, he likes it. It's 2 for 1. Dilly-dilly-dilly-dilly-dee. Even though progress started slow, queer folks started their own organizations to meet the needs of the community.
Organizations like the Mattachine Society for Gay Men and the Daughters of Bilitis for Lesbians, where people could socialize, learn, and organize.
But the approach of those organizations weren't for everyone, and in the 60s and 70s, there were still a lot of communities not being serviced, like those of the trans community and those for, LGBTQ folks of color. Activist Sylvia Rivera and Marsha P. Johnson worked together to try to support one of these communities, their community, gay and trans kids who were living on the street with nowhere to go.
Being kids themselves when they were out on the street, they wanted to provide a safe haven for those younger than them who now needed it. But it was easier said than done.
Both Rivera and Johnson were often homeless themselves. When they were able to rent a hotel room or an apartment, they would sneak homeless friends in there at 50 at a time.
This was how they decided to organize to form the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries.
In an interview in 1998, Sylvia said, "Star was for the street gay people, the street homeless people, and anybody that needed help at the time. Marsha and I had always sneaked people into our hotel rooms. Marsha and I decided to get a building. We were trying to get away from the mafia's control of the bars."
After some fundraising, they were able to purchase Star House. They found a 4-bedroom apartment in a rundown building on East 2nd Street in the East Village in New York. The apartment had no electricity or heat, but they began working to repair it. Sylvia and Marsha used to hustle the streets in order to keep everyone fed and sheltered and to keep their kids and the runaways they sheltered from having to do the same.
I've been trying to get up here all day for your gay brothers and your gay sisters in jail. And they write Star, not the women's group. They do not write women. They do not write men. They write Star because we're trying to do something for them. But do you do anything for them? No. You all tell me to go and hide my tail between my legs. I will not put up with this shit. I have been beaten. I have had my nose broken. I have been thrown in jail. I have lost my job. I have lost my apartment for gay liberation. And you all treat me this way? Think about that. I do not believe in a revolution, but you all do. I believe in the gay power. I believe in us getting our rights, or else I would not be out there fighting for our rights. That's all I wanted to say to your people. If you all want to know about the people that are in jail, and do not forget Bambi Lamore and Dora Marks,
messed up and other gay people are in jail. Come and see the people at Storehouse on 12th Street, on 640 East 12th Street, between B and C, apartment 14. The people that are trying to do something for all of us and not men and women that belong to a white middle class, white club, and that's what you all belong to. Revolution now! Give me a key! Give me an A! Give me a Y! Give me a P! Give me an O! Give me a W! Give me an E! Give me an R! Gay power! Louder gay power!
They understood the importance of community and protecting those around them, especially the younger generation, and they tried to keep them from experiencing the hardships that they had experienced.
And so there only seemed one fitting tribute to these activists who dreamed of a better life for themselves and for their community.
Consider yourself at home.
Consider yourself one of the family.
We've taken to you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along.
Consider yourself well in.
Consider yourself part of the furniture.
There isn't a lot to spare. Who cares? Whatever we got, we share.
We should chance to see, we should see some harder days, empty larder days, why grouse?
Always a chance we'll meet somebody to foot the bill.
Then the drinks are on the house.
Consider yourself our mate.
We don't want to have no fuss.
For after some consideration we can stay. Consider yourself one of us.
Consider yourself at home.
Consider yourself one of the family.
We've taken to you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along.
Consider yourself well in.
Consider yourself part of the furniture.
There isn't a lot to spare. Who cares? Whatever we got, we share.
Nobody tries to be la-di-da and uppity. There's a cup of tea for all.
Only it's wise to be handy with the rolling pin
when the landlord comes to call.
Consider yourself our mate.
We don't want to have no fuss.
For after some consideration we can stay. Consider yourself one of us.
Consider yourself at home.
We've taken to you so strong.
Consider yourself well in.
There isn't a lot to spare. If we should chance to be, we should see some harder days, empty larder days, why grouse?
Always a chance we'll meet somebody to foot the bill.
Then the drinks are on the house.
Consider yourself our mate.
We don't want to have no fuss. For some consideration we can stay. Consider yourself one of us.
Consider yourself at home.
Consider yourself part of the furniture.
We've taken to you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along.
Consider yourself
We'll need somebody to foot the bill, and the drinks are on the house.
Consider yourself our mates.
We don't want to have no fuss, or after some consideration we can state, consider yourself one of us. As time went on, gay folks began to take their place in the public sphere a little bit. Like the iconic Harvey Milk, who was the first openly gay man to be elected to public office in California.
This was at the time when there was rampant anti-gay campaigning like Anita Bryant and the Save the Children campaign in Florida, which gained national attention.
Hi, I'm Anita Bryant. Hi, I'm Anita Bryant. I'm Anita Bryant.
Bryant and her Save Our Children organization had just worked to overturn a civil rights ordinance in Miami-Dade County which prevented discrimination against gays.
If homosexuals are allowed their civil rights, then so would prostitutes or thieves or anyone else.
Last year, Dade County voters overwhelmingly repealed an ordinance granting special privileges to homosexuals. But the militant homosexuals don't take no for an answer. Now they're hoping voters all across Florida on November the 7th will amend the state's constitution, opening the door for homosexuals to marry and even adopt children. That's the practical effect of constitutional revision number 2. I'm Anita Bryant, urging you to protect our children by voting.
Let's look at the hidden ingredient someone forgot to put on the label of Metro's proposed ordinance on the November ballot. It's called simply the county question, but it's a legal nightmare. It's an open door for all types of radical individuals, American Nazis, Ku Klux Klansmen, even communists, and of course, militant homosexuals. Reject Metro's newest can of worms.
The Orange Bowl Parade, Miami's gift to the nation, wholesome entertainment. But in San Francisco, when they take to the streets, it's a parade of homosexuals, men hugging other men, cavorting with little boys, wearing dresses and makeup.
The same people who turned San Francisco into a hotbed of homosexuality want to do the same thing to Florida. On November 7th, vote against Constitutional Revision 2, Florida's gay rights proposal. Vote against.
Isn't it wild how some of those same arguments are still used today? I know. Did you know that Harvey Milk led a gay rights movement in battles against the anti-gay initiatives, like the ones promoted by the she-devil Anita Bryant?
Harvey Milk is remembered for his speech where he urged, "On this anniversary of Stonewall, I ask my gay brothers and sisters to make the commitment to fight for themselves, for their freedom, for their country. We will not win our rights by staying quietly in our closets. We are coming out to fight the lies, the myths, the distortions. We are coming out to tell the truths about gays, for I am tired of the conspiracy of silence, so I'm going to talk about it. And I want you to talk about it. You must come out. Come out to your parents, your relatives."
You can't hide it in your heart. And Harvey Milk knew that.
It's time for us to go.
everybody. Give it up one more time. Now, despite the losses and battles for gay rights across the country that year, we remained optimistic, saying, even if gays lose in those initiatives, people are still being educated. Because of Anita Bryant in Dade County, the entire country was educated about homosexuality to a greater extent than ever before. The first step is always hostility, and then you can sit down and talk about it a bit.
Though Milk was only in office for 11 months, he sponsored a bill banning discrimination based on sexual orientation in public accommodations, housing, and employment. The supervisors passed the bill by a vote of 11-1, and the mayor signed it into law.
Then, tragically, on November 27, 1978, Milk was assassinated by Dan White, a disgruntled city former. Ooh, girl, get your words. We'll try that again. Then, suddenly, on November 27, 1978, Milk was assassinated by Dan White, a disgruntled former city supervisor who cast the sole vote against Milk's bill.
To the gay community all over this state, my message to you is, so far, a lot of people joined us and rejected Proposition 6, and now we owe them something. We owe them to continue the education campaign that took place. We must destroy the myths once and for all, shatter them. We must continue to speak out, and most importantly, every gay person must come out. As difficult as it is, you must tell your immediate family, you must tell your relatives, you must tell your friends if indeed they are your friends, you must tell your neighbors, you must tell the people you work with, you must tell the people in the stores you shop in, once they realize that we are indeed their children, that we are indeed everywhere, every myth, every lie, every innuendo will be destroyed once and for all. And once you do, you will feel so much better.
I don't know about this show, all of this history.
You gonna be alright, girl? I'll manage. I know it's a lot.
It's heavy.
But there is a lot of struggle and a lot of stories of hardship.
And it can be frustrating to hear about bigotry and violence and discrimination.
Especially when it feels like similar stories still exist today.
What are they doing?
I think they're going to sing at us.
Oh. Jesus Christ, as long as it doesn't involve that damn ukulele.
For great is your reward in the kingdom of my Zaddy. When you feel sad or under a curse, your life is bad, your prospects are worse. Your wife is sighing, crying, and your olive tree is dying. Temples are graying and teeth are decaying, and creditors weighing your purse. Your mood and your road are both a deep blue. You'd bet that job had nothing on you. Don't forget that when you get to heaven, you'll be blessed. Yes, it's all for the best.
Some men are born to live at ease, doing what they please, richer than the bees are in honey. Never growing old, never feeling cold, pulling lots of gold from thin air. The best in every town, best in shaking down, best in making mountains of money. They can't take it with them, but what do they care? They get the center of the meat, cushions on the seat, house on the street where it's sunny. Summers at the sea, winters warm and free, all of this, and we get the rest. But who is the land for? The sun and the sand for? You guessed, it's all for the best. Some men are born to live at ease, doing what they please, richer than the bees are in honey.
You bet that job.
Never feeling cold, pulling lots of gold from thin air.
Your wife's
The best in every town, best in shaking down, best in making mountains of money. They can't take it with them, but what do they care? They get the center of the meat, cushions on the seat, house on the street where it's sunny.
You bet that
Summers
job.
at the sea, winters warm and free,
Hang
all
nothing
this,
on
and
you.
get the rest.
Don't forget that when
Who is the land
get
for?
to
The sun
heaven,
and the
you'll be
sand
blessed.
for? You guessed,
Yes.
it's all for the best.
You hypocrite!
Dramatic much?
When you
Men are born to live at ease, doing what they please, richer than the bees are in honey.
Your life is
Never
bad.
growing old, never feeling
Your
cold, pulling
profit
lots of gold from
works.
thin air.
Your wife
The
is
best in every town, best in
sighing,
shaking down, best in
crying,
making
and
mountains of
all the
money.
trees dying.
They can't take it with them, but what do they care? They get the center of the meat, cushions on the seat, ever blue where it's sunny.
You bet that
Summers at
job.
the sea, winters warm and free,
Hang
all of
nothing
this,
on
and
you.
get the rest.
Don't forget
But
that
who
when
is the
you
land
get
for?
to
The sun and the sand for? You guessed,
Yes,
it's all for the.
You must never be distressed.
Yes, it's all for the.
All your wrongs will be redressed.
Yes, it's all for the. Someone's got to be oppressed. Yes, it's all for the best.
Okay then.
Now that that's over.
Divas, listen up. All right, where were we? Come in a little close for a moment. Right. So as time went on, queer folks found themselves more in the public sphere a little bit. But that also meant that there was more representation. And with that, there came more queer media and more film, baby.
Activist Vito Russo authored The Celluloid Closet, which is a groundbreaking book that explores the history of LGBTQ+ representation in Hollywood films.
It was published in 1981 and examines how queer characters have been portrayed, hidden, and subverted from the silent film era to 1980.
Russo also explores coded depictions of homosexuality, where gay characters are also often portrayed through stereotypes or as villains.
You know who does that a lot?
Does what?
Has a lot of, like, queer-coded villains in their movies.
Ooh.
Disney. It's a true story.
There, look at that tan, well-tended skin. Look at that killer shape he's in. Look at that slightly stubbly chin. Oh, please, he's gay. Totally gay.
I'm not about to celebrate. Every trait could indicate a totally straight expatriate. This guy's not gay, I say not gay.
That is the elephant in the room. Well, is it relevant to assume that a man who wears perfume is automatically radically gay?
Look at his coiffed and crispy locks.
Look at his sun translucent socks.
That's the eternal paradox of what we're seeing.
Well, what are we seeing?
Is he gay? Or European?
Or European, it's hard to guarantee. Is he gay or European?
Well, hey, don't look at me!
You see, they dream their lives up different in those charming foreign parts. They play peculiar sports
In shiny shirts and tiny shorts, gay or a foreign fella, the answer could take weeks. They won't say things like ciao bella while they kiss you on both cheeks.
Oh, please.
Gay or European,
So many shades of gray.
Depending on the time of day, the French go either way.
Is he gay or European? Or there, right there. Look at that condescending smirk. Seen it on every guy at work. That is a macho hetero
waxed.
But they bring their voice up different there. It's culturally diverse. It's not a fashion curse. If he wears a kilt or bears a purse, gay or just exotic, I still can't crack the code.
Yeah, his accent is hypnotic, but his shoes are pointy-toed.
Gay or European, so many shades of gray. But if he turns out straight and free, it ain't on Saturday. Is he gay or European? Gay or European? Gay or Europe?
Wait a minute. Let me take a crack at this.
You so slay.
So if I may, I'm proud to say, they're gay, they're gay, please gay, and gay.
Final day, they're gay!
That just made my bosom feel good. Anyways, Vito Russo is also one of the founders of GLAAD, originally known as the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, and the grassroots political organization ACT UP.
That sounds familiar. Don't they mention ACT UP in Rent?
Well, yes, they do. ACT UP stands for the AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power. The group works to improve the lives of people with AIDS through direct action, medical research, treatment, and advocacy, and working to change legislation and public policies.
Like many, Russo eventually lost his battle with AIDS in 1990, and with all that loss, there was a fear that our history and our people would also disappear.
In a fierce speech he made at the New York State Capitol, Vito Russo said,
For the last 3 years since I was diagnosed, my family thinks two things about my situation. One, they think I'm gonna die, and two, they think that my government is doing absolutely everything in their power to stop that. And they're wrong on both counts. So, if I'm dying from anything, I'm dying from homophobia. If I'm dying from anything, I'm dying from racism. If I'm dying from anything, it's from indifference and red tape, because these are the things that are preventing an end to this crisis. And it's worse than a war, because during a war, people are united in a shared experience. This war has not united us, it's divided us. It's separated those of us with AIDS and those of us who fight for people with AIDS from the rest of the population. 2.5 years ago, I picked up Life magazine and I read an editorial which said, "It's time to pay attention because this disease is now beginning to strike the rest of us." It was as if I wasn't the one holding the magazine in my hand. And since then, nothing has changed to alter the perception that AIDS is not happening to the real people in this country. It's not happening to us in the United States, it's happening to them. To the disposable populations of fags and junkies who deserve what they get. The media tells them that they don't have to care because the people who really matter are not in danger. And And they don't have their houses burned down by bigots and morons. They watch it on the news and they have dinner and they go to bed because it isn't happening to them and they don't give a shit. And they don't spend their waking hours going from hospital room to hospital room and watching the people that they love die slowly of neglect and bigotry because it isn't happening to them and they don't have to give a shit. They haven't been to 2 funerals a week for the last 3 or 4 or 5 years. So they don't give a shit because it's not happening to them. Meaning that it isn't happening to people like them, the real people, the world-famous general public we all keep hearing about. We are being allowed to die while low-risk populations are being panicked, not educated, panicked, into believing that we deserve to die. Why are we here together today? We're here because it is happening to us, and we do give a shit. And if there were more of us and less of them, AIDS wouldn't be what it is at this moment in history. It's more than just a disease, which ignorant people have turned into an excuse to exercise the bigotry they have always felt. It is more than a horror story exploited by the tabloids. AIDS is really a test of us as a people. When future generations ask what we did in this crisis, we're going to have to tell them that we were out here today. And we have to leave a legacy to those generations of people who will come after us. Someday the AIDS crisis will be over. Remember that. And when that day comes, when that day has come and gone, there will be people alive on this earth, gay people and straight people, men and women, black and white, who will hear the story that once there was a terrible disease in this country and all over the world, and that a brave group of people stood up and fought, and in some cases gave their lives so that other people might live and be free. So I'm proud to be with my friends today, and the people I love, because I think you're all heroes, and I'm glad to be part of this fight. But to borrow a phrase from Michael Callan's song, all we have is love right now. What we don't have is time. In a lot of ways, AIDS activists are like those doctors out there. They're so busy putting out fires and taking care of people on respirators that they don't have the time to take care of all the sick people. We're so busy putting out fires right now that we don't have the time to talk to each other and strategize and plan for the next wave, and the next day, and the next month, and the next week, and the next year. And we're going to have to find the time to do that in the next few months. We have to commit ourselves to doing that. And then after we kick the shit out of this disease, we're all going to be alive to kick the shit out of this system so that this never happens again.
We've spoken a lot about activists from this time, those who saw a brighter future within this dark time.
Those who risked their lives and their voices so that we could have ours today.
So that we can have a faculty drag showcase with student drag performers and retell tales of our history. We're fortunate to be on this supportive and welcoming campus with wonderfully queer colleagues and allies. Thank you so much to everyone who made this performance possible, and to all of you for being here tonight, and hopefully you're having a gay old time. I want to make sure that I say thank you to a few very important people. First off, thank you to my incredible friends and colleagues, Dr. Castella, Dr. Volker, Dr. McCoy, Dr. Dunbar, Dr. Schaller, Professor DeCastro, Dr. Spence, Professor, not Roberts, not Rubio, wrong Jill. Dr. Sullivan, Professor Gearsall, thank you so much. To Marie Aquinette for our weekly voice lessons for drag kings. for helping me develop the idea for this show. We started talking about it, I think, as soon as the last one ended. And she's been listening to me talk about it nonstop for about a year. To Josh Barkley for the lights and the mics, and you have no idea what a headache the projection was. I mean, absolute lifesaver. We couldn't have pulled this off without you. To Rylan Martinez, who volunteered at the last minute to help us run projection. Thank you so, so much. And Jorge Hernandez, who's running sound tonight. Also, thank you to our incredible drag artists, Scarlett Vendetta, Lynn Guini, and Father Lucy. For your incredible work and artistry and humor. I'm so glad that I get to work with you. To my partner Tamara, who's out there somewhere, who has also been listening to me talk about this show nonstop for a year. Thank you for your guidance, your help, your video editing prowess. I appreciate it. I love you. And to my parents, who are on the Potsdam campus for the first time since I graduated in 2009. Thank you for still making this trip, even after the phone call of, no, it's not really a clarinet recital. Thank you so much for coming, to all of you for sharing in this evening with us. And I have my note cards. Before we continue on, I just want to take a moment to say that if you see yourself reflected on this stage in some way tonight, in your sexual orientation, your gender identity, your expression, in your allyship, despite what you may be hearing elsewhere out in the world right now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. Nothing. You are not wrong, you are not perverted or inverted or sick, you do not need conversion or salvation. You are not, what were we talking about today? You're not trying to brainwash little kids with the JK agenda. You know what I'm
We are not
talking
militant homosexuals.
You are here, we are here, we are valid. No one can legislate that away. About that.
Yeah? Period.
As you should. Oh my god, okay. It's important to look to the past, but we would like to take a brief
wait. I'm so sorry. Benny Baby Booba, you are very long-winded and we are behind schedule. Everybody break for lunch.
No, whoa, it's not lunch yet.
It says right here, lunch. What else would it mean?
No. What about the song?
What song?
You know, the song.
What song? There's no song on the program.
The song that goes like this. Like this. This song. Once in every show, there comes a song like this. It starts off soft and low, up with a kiss. Oh, it's the song that goes like this. Where is it?
I know.
Where?
A sentimental song that casts a magic spell. They all will sing along. All over act like hell. Oh, this is the song.
That's awfully high for me.
Everyone can see. We should have stayed in D.
Oh, this is our song that goes like this. I'm feeling very proud.
You're singing far too loud.
That's the way that this song goes.
You're standing on my toes.
Singing our song that goes like this.
I can't believe there's more.
It's far too long, I'm sure.
That's the trouble with this song. It goes on and on and on. Oh, this is our song that is too long. Jesus! We'll be singing this till dawn.
You wish that you were born.
Let's stop this damn refrain before I go insane.
The song always ends like
That song.
Where's that flask?
Now it's lunch, everyone. But not you. You've just been sitting there. Take a break.
That should be your drag name. Here's to the ladies who lunch. Everybody laugh. Lounging in their caftans and planning a brunch on their own behalf. Off to the gym, claiming their fat and looking grim as they've been sitting, choosing a hat. Does anyone still wear a hat? Here's to the girls who stay smart. Aren't they a gas? Rushing to their classes and obstacle art, wishing it would pass. Another long, exhausting day, another $1,000. A matinee, a interplay, perhaps a piece of Mars. another chance to disapprove. Another brilliant singer. Another reason not to move. Another vodka stinger. Here's to the girls on the go. Everybody tries. Look into their eyes and you'll see what they know. Everybody dies. To that invincible bunch. The dinosaurs surviving the crunch. Let's hear it for those ladies of lunch. Everybody rise! What are you doing?
Diva. That's all I hear is just diva, diva, diva over and over. Oh my God. Something just happens to me. Anyways, as I was saying, we would like to take a brief moment on our journey to acknowledge those activists now still championing for our rights, our dignity, and our place in this country.
Wait, stop it! Benny, baby, Bubby, I have a very strict no rent policy in my contract. If you bothered to have read it, maybe you could have planned accordingly. I'm taking 5.
$525,600 minutes, 525,000 lonely so dear, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure our year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, and laughter and striving. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Minutes, 525,000 journeys to plan, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man? In truth that she learned, or in times that he cried, in bridges he burned, or the way that she died. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of friends. Remember love, 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 love. time out to sing out, though the story never ends. Okay, girl, have your moment. Go for it.
That's all you. You got
So,
the fish.
what do you think of when you think of gay?
Okay, I'll take
forget
this
about
question.
you.
Yeah.
What do you think of when you think of gay?
Rainbows.
That's it! Rainbows, exactly! Huh. That was easier than I thought.
But the rainbow pride flag wasn't always the symbol of LGBTQ community.
Originally devised by artist and activist Gilbert Baker in 1978.
The first pride flag had 8 stripes, and the first being hot pink.
Representing
Then red.
Representing life.
Then orange.
For healing.
Girl, are you gonna do this every time?
Yes, keep going.
Okay. Then yellow for sunlight.
And
That's where you're supposed to laugh.
And green for nature.
And turquoise for magic. And indigo for serenity.
And don't you dare forget about violet for spirit. Okay, spirit.
Is she coming back? He's not an adventure.
Lucy.
He'll come back eventually. Just let him go. He's at the child's life where he runs.
I guess.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Apparently he does this now. Oh.
Just keep the shit.
Keep going. Yeah.
It's my line, right?
Uh-huh,
There you go.
yeah.
It was actually after the assassination of Harvey Milk that the demand for pride flags dramatically increased. Like our community, the pride flag kept evolving, and now each letter of the alphabet mafia has its own flag. Rainbow capitalism doesn't necessarily help our cause, but it is a powerful symbol of unity.
Sorry, I'm just so distracted by my little man. Anyways, look at the time. We're almost towards the end of our show.
I know, and I've gotta say, I'm kind of shocked. Wait, Lucy, are you done yet?
I'm in love.
Oh, good.
What? My boy's in love now? Oh. We'll come back to that in a moment. Why are you so shocked?
Well, I'm shocked because we've made it this far in a Broadway themed show without, show tunes from that one show,
From where?
Les Mis.
At Notre Dame, the sections are prepared.
At Route back to training at the leash.
Students work as everyone. There's a river on the run, like the flowing of a tide. Paris coming to our side.
The time is near. So near, it's stirring the blood in their veins. And yet beware, don't let the wine go to your brains. For the army we fight is a dangerous foe, with the men in the arms that we never can match. Oh, it's easy to sit here and swat them like flies, but the National Guard will be harder to catch. We need a sign to rally the people, to call them to arms, to bring them in line. Lucy, you're late.
What's wrong today? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Some wine and say what's going on.
A ghost, you say, a ghost maybe. She was just like a ghost to me. 1 minute there, then she was gone. I am agog, I am aghast.
Is Lucy in love at last? I have never heard him ooh and ah. You talk of battles to be won, and then here he comes like Don Juan. It is better than an opera.
It is time for us all to decide who we are. Do we fight for a right to a night at the opera now? Have you asked of yourself what's the price you might pay? Is it simply a game for rich young queers to play? The color of the world, it's changing day by day. Red, the blood of angry men. Black, the dark of ages past. Red, a world about to dawn. Black, the night that ends at last.
Had you been there tonight, you might know how it feels to be struck to the bone in a moment of breathless delight. Had you been there tonight, you might also have known how the world may be changed in just one burst of light, and what was right seems wrong, and what was wrong seems right. Red, I feel my soul on fire. Black, my world if she's not there. Red, the color of desire. Black, the color of despair.
Lucy, you're no longer a child. I do not doubt you mean it well, but now there is a higher call. Who cares about your lonely soul? We strive towards a larger goal. Our little lives don't count at all. Red, the blood of angry men. Black, the dark of ages past. Red, a world about to dawn. Black, the night that ends at last. There's more. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
Will you join in our crusade? Who will be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see? So join in the fight that will give you the right to be free. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
Will we give all you can give so that our backs, some will fall and some will live? Will you stand up and take your chance? The blood of the martyrs will water the meadows of France.
Do you hear the people sing, sing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
We've covered a lot in this show. Activists from the past like Sylvia Rivera, Marsha P. Johnson, Harvey Milk, and Vito Russo.
And of course, Lisa Ben, plus the people who are contemporary activists.
But we need to give credit to another group of folks who were instrumental in helping the LGBTQ community gain their rights and their place in American society.
Who?
I'm gonna do the voice thing again.
Straight people.
Straight people.
Straight people are allies. Progress doesn't happen in a bubble, bitch. We couldn't have done this alone.
I mean, I guess it's true. Think about Dr. Evelyn Hooker.
Exactly. Who is she?
I mean, she was an American psychologist, most known for her 1956 paper, The Adjustment of the Male Overt Homosexual.
You're an overt homosexual.
You know, that would have been funnier if I knew what it meant. The experiment, which other researchers subsequently repeated, found that homosexuality was not a mental disorder, as there was no detectable difference between homosexual and heterosexual men in terms of mental adjustment.
This is a big contribution. It is what other activists like Frank Kameny, Barbara Giddings, and Kayla Hassan would use to back up their fight for getting homosexuality removed from the diagnostic manual.
And there's also Dear Abby. She's an outspoken on gay rights and supported gay people publicly in her column, even when newspapers didn't want to print the words gay or homosexual.
And don't forget about our diva, Herb Selwyn. Selwyn's efforts were instrumental. Get it? In laying the groundwork for future advancements in LGBTQ rights and visibility. Selwyn provided crucial legal support to the LGBTQ community. He was involved with the Mattachine Society, which was one of the earliest gay rights organizations. He even helped incorporate it.
Selwyn played a pivotal role in securing the permit for the first gay pride parade in Los Angeles. He was a vocal advocate for LGBTQ rights, often appearing on television programs to discuss issues related to homosexuality and civil rights, and his legacy is remembered of that as a dedicated ally and advocate.
And of course, there's Jean Manford, the founder of PFLAG. Her son was gay, and she founded the Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays after her son was brutally beaten by police. PFLAG is still in existence and has chapters all over providing support and helping to build allyship. In an interview on Making Gay History, Morty Manford described his mom's work, saying, "It was not so much what my mother said, but that she said it. I remember her many times saying, there's nothing wrong with your son being gay or your daughter being lesbian. We've been taught by society that there's something wrong, and society has been wrong. This is a civil rights issue. People had never heard this before, and to hear it from another parent, a peer, they expected to spend the phone conversation in tears with someone at the other end saying, now, dearie." That's not what they got. I think the effect was to make them stop a minute. A lot of people will look at parents and they can identify with parents. They look at me and they say, there's a gay person, I'm not like him, and therefore they're not listening to what I'm saying. But they would say, I have a mother and a father too. Let us understand what they're saying. On that level, I think they've been able to reach a lot of people we wouldn't have been able to reach alone.
Don't forget Jane Fonda. She's been a longtime ally and advocate for the LGBTQ community. As early as 1979, Fonda publicly supported LGBTQ rights in interviews, highlighting the discrimination faced by the community, and her organization, the Campaign for Economic Democracy, worked closely with LGBTQ activists, providing resources and support.
And so with that, we would like to gather. We're gathering. Let's gather. We would like to gather and pay tribute to all the allies who support our community, come together for civil rights, to celebrate and fight alongside us. Cheers.
If you were gay, that'd be okay. I mean, 'cause hey, I like you anyway.
I'm gay, but I'm not gay. I'm happy just being with you. So what should it matter to me what you do in bed with guys?
Or girls, or anyone.
If you were gay, I'd shout hooray! And here I stay, but I wouldn't get in your way. You can count on me to always be beside you every day, to tell you it's okay, things are just born that way, and as they say, it's in your DNA, you're gay. If you were gay.
And with that, our show is done.
Bye. You can leave now.
Not yet. Jesus, patience is a virtue, Diva. Good Lord. I just wanted to say, we hope you enjoyed. We hope you learned. We hope that you feel seen. We are your hosts, Father Lucy. Oh, okay.
Linguini. And don't forget, Shushu.
Okay. Yes, all right.
Scarlet Vendetta. I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So come take a look. Give me the hook or the ovation. It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Your life is a sham till you can shout out loud. I am what I am. Fucking water. I am what I am. I don't want praise. I don't want pity. I bang my own drum. Some think it's noise. I think it's pretty. And so what if I love each feather and each spangle? Why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can shout out loud. I am what I am. I am what I am, and what I am needs no excuses. I deal my own death. Sometimes the ache, sometimes the distance. There's one life, and there's no return and no deposit. So it's time to open up your closet.